Hello everyone, this is Nisha Shukla, Associate Editor ET Manufacturing. I'm joined by the Trade Commissioner of Italian Trade Agency, and today we'd be discussing about Italy's strength and partnership, especially in metal forming and manufacturing. Ma'am, most welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me today. I am Antonietta Baccanari, Director of the Italian Trade Agency in New Delhi office. The Italian Trade Agency is a governmental agency which supports Italian companies to explore new markets.
Ma'am, Italy and India share a long-standing history, especially when it comes to industrial and manufacturing goods. How do you look at the current state of the manufacturing and the trade ties between both the countries, and which sectors are showing most momentum?
Yeah, absolutely. The relation between Italy and India have been increasingly greatly in the last few years. And if we consider the bilateral trade, it reached out to almost $14 billion. And the last data confirm this positive trend. More than 40% of Italian export to India, it's made up of machinery and equipment. It means that there is a very tight relationship between the Italian industry and the Indian manufacturing sector. If I need to consider some particular sector of much relevance in this last period of time, we can mention not only the machine tools, but also all the specialized machinery equipment which can be applied in particular sectors such as textile, ceramics, aerospace, automotive. So all these sectors can be of interest and in a great momentum right now.
Right. Ma'am, ITA has been, as a trade commissioner, you are very well aware that ITA is playing a key role when it comes to bringing Italian companies to the Indian market, right? So I'm sure you must be having a lot of anecdotes in terms of the success stories and trends of these companies entering the Indian market. So could you share how have these companies leveraged the Indian ecosystem?
Yeah,
let us know on that.
Absolutely. For us, a great success story can be represented by an Italian company to transform from a mere exporter to an investor partner in India. But what we are seeing the last few years is an increasing number of Italian companies entering the Indian market to establish a new manufacturing site, to establish a joint venture, to establish a strong industrial collaboration with the Indian counterparts. If we consider the last available data, there are more than 700 companies, Italian companies, with a presence here in India, and most of them are in the manufacturing sector. So exactly, it's in the manufacturing where the relationship is strong, it keeps being stronger.
How are they finding the Indian market? If you can let us know any success story of any of the brands that you would like to bring across.
There are so many success stories, so many brands, and I wouldn't mention only the big brand that we all know, but I wouldn't say the great number of medium-sized companies that work here. And if you have a look around at IMTEX 2026, you will find out so many Italian companies that have been showcasing and present in the market in the last 20 years. So this is a clear sign of strong relationship and success.
The global supply chains are, undergoing a rapid transformation. So how are Italian companies approaching supply chain diversification, and what role does India play in their strategy?
Yeah, absolutely. The globalization and its challenges now represent a diversification of the international of the global supply chain. Italy is an export-oriented country. If you consider then almost 70% of its industrial output is channeled abroad. It means that our companies are well used to look around, to look at the international markets, and now they are more and more considering India not only as a destination market, but a strategic partner in this revision of the global supply chain.
What are the Italian companies looking, especially when they are considering investing or partnering with India? And what are the challenges and opportunities do they, look at when they're working in a market like India? You can tell us more.
For sure, the Italian company are looking at India with the greatest interest. If we consider the numbers of the scale and the growth of the Indian market, it is clear that of the great interest that Italian company have in this market. If we consider, for example, the GDP growth rate, which is being estimated to be around 6.8% in 2025, and the number of population, the increasing power, purchase power of the population, all these factors are all sources of great interest for the Italian company in their business plan and their plan of expansion abroad. In particular, in the high technology sector, what most Italian companies look for are consistency and the reliability. And if we need to evaluate what are the challenges, well, mostly they can be represented by certification requirement connected to certification, issue connected with the property, with the intellectual property law, but generally speaking, these are not barriers that can be interrupt the good relationship between the two countries.
Right. So looking ahead, what kind of partnerships are you looking to forge in a country, in a diverse market like India? Will it be in sectors like aerospace? Will it be automotive, electronics, or the sectors do you believe can unlock the greatest value for both Indian and Italian ecosystems? And this down the line in the next 5 years, if you can tell us about.
Yeah, that's for sure. While we still have all the machinery sector will still remains of great relevance, we are looking at a specific sector which seems to have a great opportunity. And we cannot mention aerospace, defense, EV, renewable energy, and automotive, and all advanced manufacturing. And in all this sector, we strongly believe that Italian companies, with their flexibility and adaptability of their production, can really fit well the requirements of the evolving Indian manufacturing ecosystem.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner, for those valuable insights you shared with ET Manufacturing.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
With this, we come to an end of a very wonderful and insightful interview with the Trade Commissioner of Italian Trade Agency. Definitely, Italy and India's bond will go for ever and ever. However, it's India's diverse market and the GDP growth, which is kind of making the Italians look at the Indian market more aggressively, and more so in industries like automotive, aerospace, EV, and renewable energy. So in the years to come, definitely we'll see a new phase of India and Italian partnership. With this, I conclude. Thank you so much.